Hi, I'm Polly at the Red Bank YMCA, and I'm here to help you stay fit and healthy at home. I'm using household items to replicate some of the things that you might be doing in the gym if you had equipment. So this is a decline push-up. Anytime your feet are higher than your body, it's going to the front of your body, it's going to make it harder to do a push-up. So here we are on a stack of books. If you had a set of stairs and you had your feet on the second step or the third step, obviously it would make it harder. So that was not very many reps. But just to explain, if you do a regular push-up from the floor, you're lifting about 70% of your body weight. And if you lift your lower body up, it's getting to be a little bit closer to maybe 75, 80%, depending on the angle that you create. The other way would be to make your push-up easier, would be to lift your upper body higher. So there's an easier position to have your push-up in. And you could go super high. You could put your hands on a chair. Okay, so I'm just gonna go down about to the level of the books. So that's a little bit easier. To make it harder again, I'm gonna go this way for this one. Make it harder is something called a deficit. A deficit means you're going to be going lower than the platform that you're on. So I'm going to get some extra depth in my push-up by dropping down in between the books. So my chest is going to be hitting closer to the floor in between the books. Feeling a lot of triceps. And just do one more. So the ideal number of reps and sets that you do would be if you can do, let's say, a set of 10 repetitions of whatever exercise it is that you're doing. It could be a set of 5 or 8 or 12 or whatever it is, to get to what is called failure at the end of the third set, with recovery in between each set. Even at the sort of feeling of failure at the end of the first set, like right there, I felt like that was it. I wasn't going to be able to do another one. But after some rest, maybe I could do a few more. So let's see. Maybe I can. Let's see if I can do 4. And I felt like it. There was deficit push-ups to failure at the end of 4 reps. If I wanted to rest and do it again, I would. So modified push-ups, you had the books up higher or whatever platform you're on, so that you have your upper body at a higher angle. You could also find that same angle, or close to that same angle, by doing a modified push-up this way. So instead of being on your feet, the angle of my body is now upper body's higher. But please notice that this modified plank position is still a straight line from my knees to my head. All right, here we are loading up a backpack. If you want to be strong, if you want to stay strong, you do need to move some weight around. Body weight exercises are great, but moving weight is really an important part of your training if you're looking to maintain or to grow strength. So I'm going to load this backpack up with some heavy things that I found, brought from home, my gardening books, maybe some beans, some cans. See what fits in the backpack. There's already a book in the front. This up on the side, maybe not. Can't see it on the back. So you get the idea. We're loading up, trying to fit as much as we can into the whatever the container carrier is that we have. Maybe I can get this one on the back. I weighed the books at home. The books by themselves without the cans were about, 18 pounds. And so if I wanted to put the rest of this in here in a bigger backpack, I could. So, in order to move the backpack around in space, I'll put it on my back securely. So this is replicating a back squat. If I had the barbell on my back, where the weight is situated, will have an effect on the way I move my body in that exercise. And probably a good idea if you have a backpack with a buckle that you can secure it to the front. So we've talked about squats in an earlier video. Again, really important that we remember starting the squat out with the hips going back first and feeling the pressure in the heels as you go down. And my hands, I'm unweighted in the front, but I could still have weight in the front if I wanted to at the same time. I could use one of my jugs, or I could be holding the book or the cans. Right now I'm not going to, but you get the idea. So adding weight, and there's your squat. Hips go back first. You can reach out in front so that your arms are kind of counterbalance, counterweight to your hips. Just gonna do 5. And I would definitely suggest for you doing 5 to 10 reps and 3 sets while you have your backpack on. Again, we have the opportunity to do other things. As long as we're wearing the backpack, we can be doing our lunges, alternating. Always good to work on occasionally doing alternate sides. So again, it's unilateral and working in that weight shift. Notice there's a little weight shift to the left and a little weight shift to the right. And I'm maintaining, even in my lunge, a little bit of a mini ready position. So as I push into my heels, I'm prepared to go. My glutes are already turned on, and I'm ready to move. There's a little bit of lateral happening here too, which is also really important. And then making the push-ups even harder still, down in plank. So earlier we did our push-ups decline and incline using the books. We did modified push-ups. So what happens if you add weight to your push-up? Definitely makes it harder. So let's see what I've got. Again, in plank position, making sure that my shoulders are not drifting back behind my wrists. And let's see where I go. Maybe just one more. There we go. Okay, so there's weighted push-ups. And how about a front squat? It's a different animal. And really a great way to work on posture. If you have the barbell in the front of your body in a front squat, or a kettlebell, which I love, on the front of your body, if you've cleaned the jugs on the front of your body, holding the weight in the front, really neuromuscular communication with your body really forces you. There's messaging going on all through your body that we don't want to let the weight go forward. My front squat, keeping my chest up high, loading up the back of the body first. And these are not super heavy for these strong muscles, for the glutes and quads and the strong muscles of the lower body. So what happens is that using less weight, we need to do more repetitions. If you're using very, very heavy weight in the gym, you would be usually doing fewer repetitions to failure. So that, for me, a whole lot of those reps would be really necessary for me to get what I want out of that. But it's a great way to get your weight on your body so you can move around.